Hello world, I'm Alvin. Welcome to Tit for Tat, Dis and Dab, where you and I talk about hot button topics. Politics, current events, a little bit of celebrity gossip, some Bougetto cooking, and where the intersectionality between the black, LGBT, LMNOP, and Het society. So grab a drink, sit yourself down, and join me for this tit for tat talk. Hey world, thanks for joining me today here on Tit for Tat, Dis and That. Um, I want to discuss what what I heard on Don Lemon. Yeah, I'm one of the lemon drops or lemon heads, whatever the fuck he calls us. Don had mentioned that Wendy was the one who outed him. Now I didn't know that. I actually didn't know that. Uh, I didn't know that Don was actually in the closet and had been outed by Wendy or had been outed by anyone. But I guess he was in the closet. Uh, Today I want to ask a couple of questions here. Um, is outing someone okay, or is outing anyone okay? Are there exceptions to the rule of when it's appropriate to out someone? And question number two is, does Wendy Williams deserve our sympathy, our empathy, our compassion? Has the universe come full circle on Wendy? And now that she is in the position of being gossiped about, made fun of, humiliated in public, her life being outed, does she deserve our compassion? My opinion is that Wendy has done a lot of harm, and I do believe that she should be free of this guardianship. Give her her free, gives her her free, you know. But as far as like compassion, I mean, and showing her empathy for what she's going through now, I'm not so sure. Um, and my empathy and compassion cup has just about drained out. I don't know if I have any to give in 2025. 2023 and 2024 just about wore me out and drained me of any compassion and empathy that I have. So, trying to gather up enough in 2025 for Wendy, I just don't think I have it. Compassion does not equal acceptance of a person's horrible actions. And that's kind of my stance on it when it comes to Wendy and anybody else who deliberately sets out to cause harm. But due to how we look at and treat homosexuality, not only in the United States but around the world, um, I do see why a person would stay in the closet or choose to be closeted. But I don't think it's up to Wendy Williams to um, out Don Lemon or anyone. In the video, he does mention that she also was um, trying to, or going to, or said something about outing P. Diddy and someone else. But not only did she not realize that could have been dangerous for her, now with Don Lemon, I'm pretty sure that his retribution or whatever would have been or would be different than what P Diddy's is. P Diddy and his entourage can be very dangerous. So she was actually putting her own life on the line by um, trying to out P Diddy. That could have been a dangerous move for her. So be careful, people. Mind your own business and let the universe worry about when a person should come out on their own.
What she did. Yes, she was tough. She had said some things, a lot of things about people that they were mad. And look, and when I first came on her show, I did want to go on her show for the first time. And Wendy told her producers to tell me, I know that when I was on the radio, I said a lot of things about people that I didn't mean. That was me with Allie Wentworth and some other folks who were on the show. Oh, the Fox 5 lady. I said a lot of things about people on the radio that, I don't feel that way now. And I mouthed off and I had to fill time and whatever. And I was doing whatever. So she apologizes if she ever, hurt you or whatever, and come on the show. You'll have a good experience. And I did. I went on the show. I came out on Wendy's show. I wrote a book. I came out in the book. Wendy invited me on her show. And then after that, she kept inviting me back time after time after time to make amends for some of the things that she had done or said. Because when I was in Philadelphia, I'm just going to be honest about this whole thing. I was in Philadelphia. I was in the closet. Wendy was in Philadelphia. She had left her position on, I think it's WBLS in New York, I think, reportedly because she had tried to out Puffy, Diddy. And so she lost that job and she was in Philadelphia and we were there at the same time. I was the anchor reporter at the NBC station in Philadelphia. And someone said, Wendy Williams is talking about you on the radio and she's telling people that someone spotted you at a gay bar and I forget what it was called, Boys Town or something, I forget. And it was like, yeah, I had gone out. Okay, no big deal. But then I wasn't out then. And so that's when she was saying the things about Don Lemon. That's how she even got to know who I was, because we were both in Philadelphia at the same time. And then we both were in New York, I believe, at the same time. So anyway, that's when she said all the things about me. And then she apologized. I was on her show.
Should we have empathy for Wendy? In this interview with Don Lemon, he was asking the question, should we have empathy for her because all that she's going through, what she's been through, and this guardianship that she's in. Which that is strange to me too, because I don't understand this guardianship. That there was one with Britney Spears. I don't know if that's still in effect, but this guardianship. I guess it goes through the courts or something. But how are people able to just take over someone's life like that and or be appointed a guardianship? And does this ever end? How do you get a guardianship canceled? But it seems like there's something nefarious going on here with the courts and this guardianship and the person and the person who is the guardian over her. I don't know how much her family is involved in this also, but it seems like someone should be able to get this guardianship canceled and let her get back to her life. For me, it's not the empathy that I would have for her, because she has said a lot and she's done a lot in her career to harm a lot of people. By one, point in case is trying to out Don Lemon. or outing Don Lemon. Um, but since he's come to accept it and now they are friends, she apologized, or whatever. That's up to him to accept her apology and to have empathy for Wendy. Um, I don't think that. I think if she was still had her show, she wouldn't be feeling and saying some of the things she is saying now. She would still be doing some of that same stuff that she was doing. Outing people, sensationalizing people's lives, and gossiping and keeping up trouble. And I think now it's only that the tables have been turned on her, that the universe has come full circle on her, that now she wants help, she wants sympathy, she wants empathy. My opinion is I don't know if she deserves the public's empathy um, after all what she has said and done to people um, over the course of her uh, radio and television career. But from a different standpoint, other than um, because we should have empathy for her, I think it's just the from the legal standpoint or the humanity standpoint of it is, I don't think she should be under a guardianship. She doesn't seem incoherent to me. She seems lucid when you talk to her. I mean, I did see her documentary, a while back, and she did seem quite incoherent. She didn't seem lucid. She didn't seem to have it all together. And just the way she talked about people and was treating people in that documentary and treating them like they were beneath her and they were her servants, I don't think that she deserves any empathy, for that. And now she's getting back what she put out there. But I don't think that she is actually suffering from dementia. I think maybe that they have her hopped up on drugs, and the drugs are what's sometimes making her incoherent or not seem very lucid. And I think it's intentional. And I think they may have given her those drugs when she was wheeled into court, or however the court got hold of this, which made her look very irrational and crazy um, to the judge.
But here is my conversation with Wendy Williams. Hi, Wendy.
Hi, Dawn.
Wendy, I miss you.
Dawn, look, my phone is with the guardian person. You know what I'm saying? This phone that I'm talking on is a phone where I can call you, but you can't call me. I've never heard of a phone like this in my life. Anyway, it's good to talk to you.
It's good to talk to you. They didn't take your phone after this interview you did with Charlemagne, did they?
Listen. Look, my life is ridiculous. You know what I'm saying? I've been with this guardian person for 3 years. For 3 years of my life, look, I'm isolated. I feel like I'm in prison. You understand? I can't go out. All I can do is look at the window, and anytime I go out, it's because I'm going out with the person that the guardian has assigned to me.
So talk to me.
Okay.
What's up?
Okay. Well, what's going on is I've been in this system, like I said, for 3 years. You know what I'm saying? I'm presently right now, I'm in New York at this place, and it's not to say horrible things about older people. It's just that the people that live here are in their 90s and their 80s and their 70s. And I don't know, maybe they're 60 like me. I can't tell. People are in wheelchairs. Some people aren't in wheelchairs, but they walk very... Listen, clearly they are not of my sound mind and body. You understand what I'm saying?
Wendy, are you incapacitated?
Hell fucking no. Look, Alex, please, address what has been going on with me. Alex, by the way, has actually been here, right here. She flew from Miami to New York, and she's been right here, and she sees the people. She sees the look.
Okay, Wendy, I'm going to ask you. Slow down. Okay, slow down. You don't believe you're incapacitated. The Guardian has said you're incapacitated permanently and that you have dementia.
Yes, and you
frontal
know
aphasia.
You want to know what? Listen, and I don't know how much I can talk without being punished. You know what I'm saying? And I won't be able to see my dad, and I won't be able to, do anything, and I'll be stuck in this prison I'm in for the rest of my life. You understand what I'm saying? This is not an apartment. I don't even know what you call this place. Like, I don't even know what you call this place. This is an old age home in New York. You understand what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
Where people, bring you your pills. Where people, the door is always just knock on the door. I tell them, don't just come in here. You understand what I'm saying?
Wendy, let me ask you.
What?
People want to know, how did you end up in this situation? How did the Sabrina Morrissey gain control of you, and how did she become your guardian?
Well, first of all, she's making money from me. You know what I'm saying? And she's supposed to be here to protect me. And this has been going on now for 3 years of my life.
But Wendy, what's going on with you? We've been talking about this as a family. We've been sitting in this for a while, and I was worried even coming into this interview. I was just on the phone with you, Dawn, before, because I didn't hear from you at the minute, the time that, we said exactly. And it's like that feeling of, was her phone taken away? Where is she? What's going on?
Yeah.
And if we feel that fear for her as family, I can only imagine what she's going through as she sits in this room day in, day out. She doesn't go out unless it's for an assigned appointment. Doesn't get the proper sunlight, doesn't socialize with friends. She doesn't have the communications that make sense to live in a world that we're in terms of 2025. A landline phone that can only call out, no one can call her, and a TV. I mean, that has been my aunt's life for the last year and a half.
And by the way, Don, I order a breakfast or a lunch or a dinner, and I always eat right here in the bed watching TV. I don't eat with these people on this floor. They are elderly people.
I do, Wendy.
You, Alex.
You feel trapped, and you said you feel like you're being imprisoned in this facility. I understand that, Wendy. People are concerned about you. They're worried. They haven't seen you, and the times that they do see you publicly, they worry that you're not the same as you were. This is not the Wendy that we're used to seeing.
Listen. And not only that, I only have like $15. This guardian person is keeping my money trapped, so to speak. She has all of my money. You understand what I'm saying? All of the freedom that I want.
People are going to say, well, why does this woman want to, have Wendy in a guardianship? And is she protecting you in some way? Do you believe?
First of all, she's making money off me.
When she was talking about the phone call, of her losing her phone privileges, it reminded me again of the movie Whatever Happened to Baby Jane, when Jane was, in control of her sister's finances and her life, and she had her in there tied up. She was feeding her rats and parakeets and beating her, and she kicked her down the steps. When Blanche tried to get to the phone to make, to call her doctor to let them know for somebody to save her, to come get her and to let them know what Jane was doing to her, and then Jane came in and caught her, and then she got on the phone and she imitated Blanche's voice to the doctor and made it look like Blanche had canceled the call and that she didn't need the doctor to come. And then she got off the phone and she ripped the cord out of the cord out of the wall so that Blanche could not make any more phone calls. And then she kicked her and stomped her. But it just reminded me of with Wendy Williams, like even though they're not beating her and abusing her to that extent, it's still abuse no less for them to manipulate um, manipulate her world like that, and to not let her have her phone and to make phone calls and to even say the stuff that she wants to say. She should be able, whether it's good, bad, or indifference, she should be able to communicate and say the stuff that she wants to say, without retribution or without being censored, the way that this guardian and those around her seem to be doing. I'm gonna play this little clip from whatever happened to Baby Jane, but it just reminded me when she was talking about her phone call.
The number you have reached is not in service at this time. Please check the number or try your call again.
But anyway, leave your thoughts. Let me know what you think. Uh, I know I was rambling on here a bit, trying to gather my thoughts on this, on outing and guardianship. So leave your thoughts and your comments on do you think that it's okay for people to out people, uh, or are there circumstances where a person should be outing? For example, we have politicians who pass bills and laws or legislation against LGBTQIA plus or the queers. They'll pass laws against us, but some of the ones who are passing these laws are also gay, bisexual, or they sleep with uh, people of the same sex, or they hire escorts. They'll like some of these male legislators. They're passing these laws, but they're also hiring male escorts and sleeping, having sex with men, and a lot of them are married or and have kids and stuff. But they're passing legislation against us and really against themselves. So I mean, what is all that about? But when it's found out that that they are gay or bisexual, or trans attracted, or hiring escorts and stuff, should we out those type of people? Should they be outed because of the laws and legislation they have passed to harm us, to take away our rights or some of our freedoms? Should we out those people, or should we afford them the same courtesy that we would afford uh, other people who are in the closet? What about married men or women that are in the closet? Should they be outed if they're caught cheating, or should we afford them the same consideration that we would afford um, other queer people who have not come out the closet? I mean, who actually deserves to be outed or not be outed, shall I say? Is it everyone, or is it just those who mean us harm? I mean, that's a hard decision. I don't know. It's hard to say. Myself, I don't believe in outing anyone, but there are people out there who believe that some people should be outed.
And he had a lot of lady fans, and he told me that he just didn't want to upset the world.
Patti LaBelle and Sam Smith visited the Watch What Happens Live after show, and the legendary singer talked about her good friend, the late Luther Vandross, including their first meeting.
He came back stage at the Apollo Theater with clothes, pretending he was a designer. I'm chewing. And he wanted to meet us, and so I said, let him in. He came in with these dresses, and beautiful, because we were poor.
Yeah.
So he hooked us up with these gowns. I don't know where he got them. And then he became my first fan club president.
Wow.
And he became like my best friend.
Vandross died in 2005, and though it was a well-known secret in the music industry, he never publicly identified his sexual orientation. LaBelle told Andy Cohen why.
Did he struggle with the idea of coming out publicly? Was that something that you talked about at all?
We talked about it. It was basically he did not want his mother to be, although she might have known, but he wasn't going to come out and say this to the world.
Vandross, whose career was at its height in the 80s, seemed to fear a less accepting culture than the one enjoyed by today's artists like Sam Smith.
And he had a lot of lady fans, and he told me that he just didn't want to upset the world.
He was known as he was a singer of love songs. And
yeah, but it was hard for him.
Yeah,
it was hard. What a wonderful man.
Seems Patti LaBelle is a little bit upset about her portrayal on the documentary they did on Luther Vandross. A lot of people were claiming that she outed him on the show. And according to her, she wanted to view the segments of the documentary that pertained to her speaking about Luther to make sure that there were no false portrayals of her saying or doing something in this documentary that she didn't say, do, or had any malicious intent or anything like that. So she wouldn't sign off on the documentary. And it seems that they went and found an older clip from, I think it was from 2017, when she was on Watch What Happens Live with Andy Cohen. And he had asked her a question about Luther and kind of geared towards Luther's sex, I guess his sex life or his homosexuality and him being in the closet. And Patti, she kind of said or kind of alluded to, that well, she didn't really allude. She actually did come out and say that I guess him and her had a discussion or had talked about it before, and that he didn't want to upset the world or didn't want to upset people by them finding out that he was gay or bisexual. Not sure which he was, if he was gay or if he was bisexual. But she had said that he didn't want his mother to worry or to find out, even though she alluded to his mother probably already did know, and that he had so many women fans that he didn't want to upset the women fans. Not sure what that's about. That might be a money thing. Where he didn't want to. He knew that the women were the ones, mainly the women's and the gay men were the main ones buying his music, even though straight men liked his music and stuff too. But it was mainly the women, the swooners is what they call them, that were, coming to his concerts and buying up his music because seemed like he geared it a lot towards females. But there was a lot of gay overtones in some of his music also. But I do believe that the money issue was also involved in why he didn't want the world to know that he was gay, because I think he did know that or think that it would affect his pocketbook, his purse. I'm kidding. uh, but I mean, it's a shame that he would have to be in the closet like that. I do understand why he would want to keep that part of his life um, private, as they say, or secret, as they say. Even though I've never been in the closet, but I'm pretty sure that that it's very lonely in there. Um, just from what I gather from lifing with my friends who have been in the closet, and the stories and that they have relayed to me, or just some of the experiences and stuff that I have been with them and around some of them when they were around their families, and just some of the tension and anxiety uh, that was displayed. I don't really know how to word that, but I do believe that it's a lonely place in there, and the world can be a lonely place sometimes anyway. Not to mention the bad habits and sometimes addictions and stuff that come with being closeted and not coming out. But I don't really think Patty was outing Luther. I think that she was just speaking on what everybody already knew. I know a lot of people are saying that she outed him, but she didn't out him. I think at that point, even before he had died, um, the world pretty much knew that Luther was gay or bisexual. But I can understand why she would not want to sign off on the contract or approval of her in this documentary without first viewing it first, because once they get through clipping and editing and rearranging what she said or what anyone said in the documentary, it may be far from the truth, or just have a little bit of truth to it. But again, I don't believe that Patty outed Luther and didn't say anything that anybody didn't already know. And so I do think that hers was a genuine friendship.
World famous atheists and agnostics who have told me that in their personal conversations with President Trump, Trump is witnessing to them because of this. They never spoke with Trump about God. These are billionaires and multimillionaires. These are world famous people who are regularly on national television, and they're saying that Trump is using this assassination attempt to radically witness to them about his faith in God. And it has moved people towards saying there is no God to there must be a God because we personally watched a miracle.
There he is. I mean, he's a walking, talking advertisement witnessing the power of Christianity, and he is converting all of these billionaire atheists
that he talks to all the time. This guy.
Nonstop.
I mean, they're in constant communication.
Benny Johnson is this guy, and he's a huge dipshit. I can't believe that you can sit there and say that and not think that people think that's satire, that Donald Trump is witnessing to people and converting. Well, who'd he convert? Richard Dawkins? Seriously doubt it. Sam Harris? Seriously doubt it. Who'd you talk to? Elon Musk? Maybe on a ketamine bender. He's like, oh, fuck yeah.
Yeah, I'm all
in.
I would give you my right arm if Trump is running around trying to witness to people. I mean, that is a lie. That is a lie. And my question is, did he make it up? Did somebody tell him that? Because that never happened. Like, as sure as I know anything on this planet, that is not happening.
Trump has said that he believes it's a miracle that the bullet...
No, I've heard him say that.
But what he's suggesting is that Trump is trying to convert non-believers to being believers after they all wore maxi pads on their ear at the RNC. And I want to remind the listener, this is the exact same RNC where Grindr crashed twice.
2 times.
2 times. So we had the crash of Grindr. So that's fucking crazy. And then closing out the crazy, the potpourri of fuckery that we have for today, this Christian nationalism cancer that is penetrating through the United States, is a Trump prophetess. She's a female prophet, so she refers to herself as a prophetess. Those are her words, not mine. And she's constantly in communication with Trump.
Text to prove it.
Oh my
goodness! I have about 1,000. I have 57,000 now, and this is the best part. I don't mind giving, God's word to them or praying for them, and they know I pray for them.
Appreciate you all for joining me today here on Tit for Tat, This and That. Please like, share, comment, and subscribe to my channel. I really appreciate you all. Bye, world.
The word is about, there's something evolving. Whatever may come, the world keeps revolving. They say the next big thing is here, that the revolution's near. But to me it seems quite clear that it's all just a little bit of history repeating. The newspapers shout, a new style is growing, but it don't know if it's coming or going. There is fashion, there is fad, some is good, some is bad, and the joke is rather sad that it's all just a little bit of history repeating. Some people won't dance if they don't know who's singing. Why ask your head? It's your hips that are swinging. Life's for us to enjoy. Woman, man, girl and boy, feel the pain, feel the joy, and sidestep the little bits of history repeating.